So what you're saying is that people who believe in England had a good chance might have just been a bit delusional.
No. England has a very talented team. They have a very limited coach,
Right.
who has a very restricted idea of how he can progress in competitions. And he thinks in order to progress in competitions, the teams have to be solid defensively. And there's a way to do that, but still be entertaining on the counter-attack, but he couldn't figure that out. So he just had the team playing within themselves as opposed to as much as being as deadly as they could have been. So England, talent-wise, after France, I think England is probably the most talented team.
Okay, because I know is Roy Keane. One of them
Commentators,
no,
analysts.
one of the bigger players, one of the older, more mature players on the English side.
You mean Harry Kane?
Harry Kane, yeah.
Okay.
Harry Kane, yeah. Harry Kane, I heard people saying that he wasn't getting the type of football he's
The
accustomed
service,
to. Yeah.
that you would get when playing for Tottenham.
Yeah.
There was no Hong Min Son,
Right.
to provide him with the runs and the balls forward. Well, they just played a completely different style. Although, well, I don't want to get too much into the weeds, but with respect to Tottenham, that style of football was kind of lacking towards the end there when Mourinho was there. So, but before Mourinho, when they were under Pochettino, Harry Kane would have been grown accustomed to a style of ball that the English team certainly wasn't playing. And that's why he didn't score as much goals as people expected.
And also a lot of people was bad talking him because they're saying he was wasting time on the pitch.
Well, I mean, he in the group stage, I think he could have been a little bit more clinical. He wasn't getting good service, but there were some chances he had that he fluffed. But I don't think it's his fault. The English team generally focused too much on being compact and defensive and hoping that Sterling did something on the run and would make his way into the box and square to Harry Kane. And that was about all they were hoping for.
And, well, let's jump into the end result now.
Right.
Because you're saying the coach might have fumbled, right?
No, might have. He did.
Well, well, that's what I'm saying. But you that's your opinion.
Yeah, okay, right.
But
in my opinion, yes, he's definitely to blame. Yes.
Because the thing is, people would say, well, he didn't miss the penalties, or he
should never have gotten to penalties. Did you see the game?
No, I didn't see the game.
England went ahead in the first 3 minutes. Definitely, I can't remember exactly when, but by the end of the first 5 minutes of the game, they were ahead. And they were ahead and playing all over Italy because they have greater athleticism. The players are faster and fitter than Italy. And I also think that Mancini started with a back four that wasn't ready. They didn't expect Southgate to start Trippier. And Trippier to be causing all them problems down the wing. Now, the only goal England scored was essentially a connection between fullbacks. The ball went from one fullback to the other, from Trippier to Shaw, and Shaw, with a clinical finish, put them ahead. And for 20 minutes, they was playing all over Italy. And they had Italy on the run. Italy didn't know how to cope with their pace. And because England, because the team, the players are so athletic, I mean, they're talented too, but they were, at least in that game especially, they were much more athletic than Italy. Italy could not, when England hunted the ball, Italy didn't have the knock-in that they had earlier in the tournament against other teams. Spain did it too. Spain pressured them and pressed them high up the field and caused them the same problems. And England were even better equipped to do that because they had much better players. But England never had another shot on goal.
Right.
They scored in the first 5 minutes and never had another shot on goal all game long. England had, in terms of household names you could call, I remember when I saw Marcus Rashford coming on to take the penalty, I was like, oh shit, I forget he played. And if you could call Marcus Rashford as a star player for Manchester United.
Right, yeah.
Jadon Sancho, well, he's now a Manchester United player, but he was well sought after. He was a big star at Borussia Dortmund. They have Calvert-Lewin, who was on the bench. I don't think I ever saw him make an appearance during the Euros. He had talent galore, attacking talent galore,
right.
And yet still only looked extremely good when they played Ukraine. You understand? That's the only game where they looked in control and running rampant and scoring left, right, and center. Every other game, they were within themselves. And so I can't blame anybody but the coach for the fact that they even allowed that game to go to penalties because they shouldn't have.